Hello, all my makeup freaks, and welcome back. So this is part 2 of my question and answer video. These are all the questions that I got from Facebook, and I'll be putting all the links of the people that have channels down below, so be sure to go check them out. And here are the questions. The first question is from Lance Moss, and his question was, what is your opinion about this Ebola thing being in the US? Now, he does not know anything about me, so he doesn't know like how this question would go over with me, and I just think it's funny. I read The Hot Zone probably as a teenager, and it scared the living daylights out of me. I gave it to like everyone in my family was like, you have to read this, because I knew that at some point this was going to happen. There was no ifs, ands, or buts. It is one of the reasons, or one of the things that got me into studying about viruses. And I have read probably more than anyone that is not in the field. I'm not going to say, you know, I haven't read, oh, I'm so smart, I've read everything. But I read a lot about emerging viruses, how viruses start. Like, I've read things about like the AIDS epidemic. I've read other things about Ebola, Marburg. I read a lot about viruses in general. And my whole thing is they should have stopped travel between the countries that there is infected at and everywhere else immediately. That should have happened. Let the infection die down and then it can resume. But that didn't happen. My whole thing with that is Ebola is not that difficult to catch. It is very, very scary. And I would say, like, take precautions. You don't have to go crazy, but just take precautions. And it does worry me. It's not a good thing that it's here, folks. It's really not. The next question is from Sharon, and it says, what do you see yourself doing in 10 years? In 10 years, I hope to have my own makeup line. That would be like my dream, but I see myself working with makeup at some way, some point, somehow. I would love to say I would still be doing YouTube in 10 years. We'll just have to see how the cookie crumbles. But I would definitely be working with makeup, and I would love to have my own makeup line. Maggie Harris says, what is the craziest thing or color you have ever done to your hair? I have done probably any color that you can imagine to my hair. I'm not scared of having my hair weird colors. Probably the craziest thing that I've ever done is I've actually had my hair cut into a mohawk Liberty Spikes. And if you don't know what Liberty Spikes is, basically it would be like points going up like this. Yeah, that would be what Liberty Spikes is. Next question is from Carissa Ramos, and that is Motherly Beauty. What is my greatest fear? My greatest fear is probably something happening to my kids, and especially like Ebola. That would be pretty bad. Jessica Bellstering, I'm sorry that I don't know how to pronounce your name. What is the best advice anyone ever gave you? Or what is the luckiest thing that's ever happened to you? The best advice anyone's ever gave me is just like follow your dreams. I think that I am pretty good about that. I am not someone that's scared of like jumping into something. Even though I do analyze things a lot, I usually jump first and then analyze afterwards. But I'm never like sorry that I followed my dream, even if it like completely messes up. The luckiest thing that's ever happened to me, I don't know. I would say probably just having the kids that I have. I mean, I think it's lucky that I have great kids. So yeah. Steffi Lori asks, worst case scenario, the internet explodes. What do you do? I create a new internet. Yeah, so somehow, some way, I will make a whole new one and we will have YouTube back soon. Next question from her. How do you juggle kids' life and YouTube? Okay, so kids are number one. That is just no ifs, ands, or buts. So everything else I kind of work around the kids. Like YouTube, I do YouTube when they are asleep. Now, I will be watching other people's videos throughout the day while they're awake or commenting on videos. But when I'm filming and I'm kind of have to be in a room by myself, that is when they're asleep, or when my older kids are at home and they can kind of play with Lily before, like, so I can tape. And that's kind of how I juggle. You just kind of have to prioritize what's important in your life. Plus, I don't sleep, so that helps a lot. Next question from her too is, if you could meet any YouTuber you want, the only condition being they have to be Canadian, who would you meet? Okay, so I would meet two Canadians. One would be Steffi Laurie, because she's Canadian, and the second would be Sharon Lee. I love both of them and I want to meet both of them in person. Next question, same from her. 500 gift card for Sephora, fall from the sky. What do you buy? I buy everything I can. I really want the Hourglass ambient lighting palette. I want the Hourglass ambient lighting blush palette that's new for Christmas. I want a couple of palettes from Kat Von D. I also want a Becca foundation. I'm not sure if that's $500, but that would be a good start. Next question, $500 gift card from Max, fall from the sky. How hard do you cry? So if you don't know, I do not buy MAC anymore because they're not cruelty free. So I would have a big blubber fest. I would fall in the floor crying, probably thump a lot. If you don't know what thumping is, that is thumping, and it is my nervous habit. There you go. Go watch my TMI tag. You'll learn all about that. So yeah, I would be a nervous wreck, and I want to say that I would give it to someone, but I would probably cut it up so no one could use it, just because if I can't use it, then why should I let someone else use it? That makes me an awful person. I'm sorry. Next question from Tanya. If you had to pick one YouTuber to film with, who would it be and why? Okay, Matthew Lush. Duh. Why? Because I think me and him have the same kind of I don't know how to explain it. Okay, so I am in my 30s, but I still kind of have this hyper childlike quality kind of. My mom says I'm just full of life, which she probably means I'm just flipping crazy. And he is 26 and he still has that too. So I think it would be a lot of fun. Next question from Sharon Lee. If you had the choice to film with one of the Lush guys, which one would you pick? I just answered the same question. Okay, so it would be Matthew. Okay, Maggie Harris says, you can meet any YouTuber you want, but now the condition is that they have to be from Colorado. Who would it be? So Maggie, of course, it would be you. I want to meet you too, girl. Jen Chapman is, how has your life changed since having a YouTube channel? My life has changed in, not so much that it's changed, but I have just met so many new people that I consider really good friends. I have a select group of people that I talk to every single day, and if I don't talk to them every day, I worry about them, and vice versa. At least I hope they worry about me. And I feel like it's opened up a lot of just possibilities in my life for meeting friends and for doing other things makeup related in my life. Okay, so next question is also from her. Most repurchased makeup of all time. And that would be my MAC foundation that I can't think of. Studio Tech foundation? Yeah. My MAC Studio Tech foundation. I think I have repurchased it 5 times. So I have to find a new foundation, which is why I want to try the Becca one. Okay, so from Christina Naito. I'm sorry if I'm not pronouncing your name wrong. If I am pronouncing your name wrong, I'm sorry. If I'm not, then I'm not sorry. That makes sense. Do you think YouTube is another great way to have fun and connect with your kids? Yes, I do, and that's why I include them on Saturday Silliness. They're very excited to do that. At least the middle two are, and Lily is excited anytime she's in a video because she loves the camera. Next question is also from her. If the color purple didn't exist, what would your new fave color be? And it would probably be hot pink if that existed. Green is also one of my favorite colors, and so is black. Ashley Elder says, how do you decide on buying a palette? For instance, if a new palette comes out, what makes you decide to get it or pass? Does that even make sense? So yes, it makes sense. And how I pick, number one is if I like the brand itself. That would be probably the biggest kind of thing. There are some brands that I just like their shadows. I don't like palettes that have lip products or cream products in the same palette. So I usually just like completely pass on those. And the next one would be if I like the colors, if I feel like it is colors I need. So yeah, so like the Nakeds, I have all three of the bigger Naked palettes, and I know they're all neutral, but I love Urban Decay shadows, and I love each one of those palettes. So that's how I picked those. Last question is from Tina, and it's, you could travel anywhere in the world, where would you choose to visit and why? I change my mind on this question all the time. Right now, I would love to visit Australia. And I think it's just because, one, is somewhere I've always wanted to go. I love the beaches and just like the scenery, number one. And they're also it's becoming summer as we're going to start getting colder. So that would be neat. But right now, it would be Australia. At times, I also want to visit Hawaii. Anywhere with a beach. There you go. I am a beach girl. What can you say? Even though I'm like pale and I don't like the sun. I hope you enjoyed this video. And once again, I'll put like everybody's links down below because I think everyone has a YouTube channel that sent me questions. So go check them out, and I'll talk to you guys later. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe. I love you.